Flosstube. This is Jerica, Daybreak Stitcher, here on YouTube and Instagram. I'm coming at you again. For all the new subscribers, how y'all doing? Welcome, welcome. And for all the returning viewers, how you doing? What you doing? What you stitching on? It is 24 hours of cross stitch if I can get this video uploaded today. It is Saturday. It is day 2 of 24 hours of cross stitch. I figured I'd get on here and try to like post something, like some progress, because I've been doing a little bit of like small stitchy stuff in the last couple days. I think since last weekend actually, and I'm just really enjoying myself. I'm still trying to stay on point. I still have to, February starts a whole new set of goals, but we're not gonna talk about that because this weekend it is 24 hours of cross stitch. And if you don't know what that is, it is basically spending like a concentrated amount of time this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, working on how many of our WIPs or new projects, new starts, whatever you want. But it's a heavy stitching weekend is basically what it is. I believe Jen, the caffeinated stitcher, if I'm correct, I believe that is who started this whole thing. I could be wrong. As I said, I'm not a very good source of good references, but I'm quite sure if you're on Instagram or Facebook, you've been hearing a little bit more about it, and a lot of people are using hashtags. If you are on Instagram, I did post my 24 hours of cross stitch new start yesterday, and there is a hashtag on there, and you can have fun with it. I believe she's actually on YouTube still as well, and so it'll give you a better idea as to what it is and how it works. If you want to join in, you can always join in. You don't have to do 24 hours straight. You can do 4 hours every day, 8 hours, whatever your max limit is. Don't try to exceed that much because some people can only stitch 30 minutes a day, but they're still participating because it's still fun to see like progress over the weekend. Okay, getting into it. So it's been a little over 2 weeks since my last video. I have had some finishes. I'll start with that one. My first one is, let's see here. All right, so my biggest finish is Kringles from Little House Needleworks. I have not taken it off the scroll frame yet because I was trying to keep it neat to show you it, and then as soon as I show it, I'm gonna take it off because the season is kind of past us. But here's Kringles from Little House Needleworks. It is stitched on a 46 count. I'll put all the information up here because to try to remember is not in my bandwidth today. But here is my finish from Kringles. I'm gonna zoom in close so that way you can see all the details. My family, this represents everyone in my family. My family is very cultured. We're blended. We have a lot of different ethnicities and cultures in here in our family. My only issue is my M. I wish that I would have stitched 2 on that instead of 1 leg, but it's done, so I'm not gonna fret about it. But here is all of Kringles on 46 count. It looks like it's so small, right? Because it's like, it's on a 46 count. I believe it's called for like a 30 count or a 32 count. Some people are stitching on a 28 count over 2. So theirs is gonna be massive. Mine, not so much, which is fine because I don't have a wall big enough to. And don't look at the wall behind me. This is my husband's office. This is his space. And he usually has a bunch of his things on that wall. But as far as like having it displayed in my house, I bought so much space. So with that being said, that is Kringles by Little House Needleworks. Don't listen, I guess I did just drop it, but it's okay. All right, so second finish was, it's called Never Lose by Shaded Stitchery. Nuri came out with a freebie chart. I believe it's been like a couple years, I believe, or was it last year? Either way, if you want this chart, you can go to her Instagram account and you can like find it, or you can go to her website and you can download it that way, but that's where I found it. So this is called Never Lose. It is a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I stitched this on a, this is a 40 count, it's called Gold Rush. It's a 40 count opalescent by hand dyed by Rwanda. So this is where I'm at. I finished it, actually. It's not a huge stitch. I love these colors. Gold representing just the richness and culture. And I used a Roxy Floss color in, what is it? Cabernet by Roxy Floss for this red floss. It's so pretty. It's very pretty. And that this represents the connection that we all have to each other. We're not, as much as you may feel that you're not alone, we are all together in this life. So I did this finish. I'm not sure how I'm gonna like FFO it or anything, but it's just so pretty. So this is my finish for this year. It will not be my last. I do plan on doing something with it and also stitching some new stuff with it. So got that finished. Actually, I'm gonna put this all together because it doesn't work. Okay, so my next finish is from Arlene Cohen by Works by ABC. It's called Words of Wisdom. What I did was I have so much of this floss, and it's just from the Night Garden palette from Cross Stitch the Rainbow. It was a collaboration last year. This is a Threadworks floss, and I have so much of it left that I actually just ended up, I had like one of those pegboards in my old stitchy room, and I just had it hanging there because I wanted to keep these colors together because there's just so much of it, and I didn't want to get them, like I didn't want to have them lost in the madness, and I haven't written any information on them as far as what their numbers or colors were, so I figured if I'm looking at it, then I know that it's from that same color palette, but if they were separated, your girl ain't remembered nothing. So I was just hanging there. I have my floss in other areas of my house right now because it's just, we're just shifting some things around. So I was just sitting there on the pegboard all alone, and I figured, why do you look so lonely? Let me take you out and show you some love. So I decided these colors we already know, for those who have purchased this set and have been stitching the collection of designs using these, that these colors work so well together. They're already perfect. So I decided to stitch some of Arlene Cohen's from Works by ABC in like a collage, so to speak, using these colors. So I found this is 46 count weathered stone by Atomic Ranch fabric. At first, when I first started stitching it, it was really small because I mean it is 46 count, but I noticed that Arlene had these borders in the corners of her design, and I wasn't sure if she did that intentionally and that maybe she was considering like coming up with 2 more quotes. These are both by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I just don't have the initials listed because it's backstitched on there, and I kind of want to stitch his whole name somewhere, like whether it's somewhere. But because I'm doing multiple quotes, I didn't want to put his initials on every single one. So I did reach out to her and I did ask her if this was intentional, and she's like, I didn't even know I was doing it. But I'm not in a hurry. I'm not planning to go anywhere. So if something does so happen to pop up that kind of fits this to make it like a complete square of a finish, then I'll just finish writing that, and then I will probably use this space to maybe write out his full name. But this is what I started with. These are 2 finishes. This one down here is Words of Wisdom, and this one is Injustice, both by Arlene. So what my plan is for the other 2 is, let's see, okay. So I started out with the blue and the green, and then I decided to alternate and go from this being the green for the words and then this being the border. And so for the next one, I'll use this for the words and then use maybe blue for the border. And then I will, you know, alternate, and then this one will also be used for words, or maybe his name. I don't know. I'm just going by the fly, but these are the 4 colors that I'm alternating for this finish whenever it does. If it takes 2 more years for 2 more designs to be designed, I'm okay. So, but I'm keeping these all together because this is 2 finishes plus also 1 big WIP. So got that finished. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 finishes so far in the last 2 weeks, but they're very small. I think each one was about 850-ish stitches for those 3 smalls for Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday last Sunday. Monday. I started them on Sunday, but I went, you know. So a few things that I've been working on since the last video is another one of Arlene Cohen from Works by ABC is Elegant Lace. This is a sal that quite a number of us are working on. It's the 2026 sal for hosted by EJ of the Sunshine Stitchers. There's quite a few of us that are stitching this, and it's so lovely. They have a Facebook page. If you're new and you're not familiar with the Sunshine Stitchers, they're also on YouTube as well. They had a very amazing video last week that they posted, and I think you should watch it if you haven't seen it so far, if you haven't seen it yet. But this is my stopping part on Elegant Lace. It is stitched on a 36 count periwinkle fabric by Weeks Dye Works. I'm using Silks for You floss. Most of my WIPs have, I've connected my floss to them because it just makes it easier for it to all stay together. I can just grab it and walk around and not have to worry about dropping stuff all over the place. And I usually have a ton of magnets that have like my needles and scissors and stuff. It works for me. It's a little, you know, but it works for me. But this is the floss I'm using. This is what, PR 121. And let me see if I can check here as to what this floss is. This is PR 053. Yeah, this is PR 053 from Silks for You. I like them because they have like this lighter floss has a little bit of brown highlights in it, and I really like how they work together. So the method that I'm going at this one is these lighter stitches are half stitches, and I don't have enough done yet to really show. Let me try to move up close, sorry. But I was trying to go with the opposite direction. So some of these in this whole quarter are going in one direction, and then I'm gonna rotate in this corner and go in that direction. So my half stitches are going to rotate to where they go completely in opposite directions all the way around. It's not super visible as of right now. You can see a lot in this section here, but when I fill in this part, you'll be able to really see how the directions change a little bit more. But this is this is where I'm at. It is so fun to stitch on. A lot of the things that I've been working on, I'm obsessed. It's after finishing crinkles and all the colors and how much energy that took, I'm enjoying stitching on, you know, 1 to 2, maybe 3 colors stitches. It's just so fun to think less, you know? So that is Elegant Lace by Works by ABC. The other 2026 stitch along is from Modern Folk Embroidery. So Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery, every year he has a year-long sale. This one is called Little Acorns. I'm stitching this, I'm literally just taking it out of the hoop right now because I was working on it last night. I did start something and then this is like right next to my bed, so if I wanted to throw like a couple stitches into it, that's basically what happens. So it's a mess. I don't know if you'll see everything. I'll try to hold it up as straight as I can. It's a wrinkled mess. So, but here's my progress on Little Acorns. So I started working down in the second section of it. So this is considered, I'm working from the top right to the top left. So I started with page 3 and finished the top 3 pages. And then I started on page 6 and I'm working over to page 4. So this is as far as I've got. The color is so nice. I'm using, this is PR 121 as well. Let's see here. I have my Instagram up because I'm trying to be a better person. I did say I was gonna just add a screenshot, but I'm already in it now at this point. I'm already here. So it's PR 214 is the variegated color. So the PR 121 is the dark brown, and so pretty. When I move up close, it kind of dulls it out a little bit, but this is a better representation of the yellows. But I wanted you to see all the different motifs and butterflies and bees and flowers and hearts. And this beehive in the front has like long stitches across it. I should have probably used a darker color, but when I look at it, I can see it and it's beautiful. So here is that variegated floss that I'm using for the complementing spots. So very pretty. And the 121 also goes really well with this color as well. I'm using it for Elegant Lace too. I have a lot. I'm using it for Saga. I think I have about 2.5 hanks of this PR 121 because from my calculations, I think Saga is going to take 2 hanks. But I won't know that because I haven't been stitching on it. It's okay though. But this one is super fun. I had to frog Saga. I'm still in the mix of frogging Saga, so it's in timeout for right now. But that's Little Acorns by Modern Folk Embroidery. And for 24 hours of cross stitch, I was having, I was trying to think of what I could stitch for 24 hours of cross stitch. I was gonna work on a WIP, and I had my husband pick. And so he's like, how many WIPs do you have? And I was like, I think I have like 32, maybe a little more, but I think I have 32. And he's like, okay, I'll pick a number. And so he picks a number and I look at it and I'm like, pick another one. So he picks another one and it was Colors of Mexico by Jan Hicks. And I love that one. However, I was gonna pick it up And then last minute, I seen on Instagram, what's her name, Lindsay. Okay, so her name is Lindsay Stitches. And she finished another Jan Hicks, and it's called A Really Good Day. So I looked through my stash and just so happened to see that I had the PDF already. So I jumped in my stuff and I pulled floss for it. I pulled a Roxy floss conversion for A Good Day. Let's see if I can make this work without putting paper behind it. So I started this as my 24 hours of cross stitch, and I did work a little bit more on it this morning just to finish this part here and this motif here. So I don't know what fabric this is. It looks like it's a little blue, but I just couldn't find anything. It looks like it might be a 40 count, but I just couldn't find anything from Instagram that looked like it was from this project. So, you know what I'm wondering is maybe this is from Fish and Ships. I'm wondering if this is what I cut off from Fish and Ships. I'm gonna find out because it looks blue and it's really pretty. It has some light modeling in it and it works really well with this project, and I just have enough for maybe a few more projects on here, so because it's not a full fat quarter. But yeah, this is where I've gotten so far today. It is the beginning of the day as far as stitching goes, so I will be working on this really hard for the rest of the weekend. And if I can get like a decent amount of this done, it's only like about 6,000 stitches, the whole project. So if I can try for a finish, then I might go on until like Monday or Tuesday. If it's like just a few little, you know, things here and there, I might try to finish this weekend, if not Monday or Tuesday, if I can. If I've only, like my original goal was only to go like 50%. If I can get half of it done, like 3,000 stitches over the weekend, I think that's decent enough. But if stuff happens, then I'm gonna let it happen. And we might try for a finish of Jan Hicks in January. You think it can happen? That's a lot of stitches. That's like, you know, at least like, you know, 1,500 stitches a day. Anyway, it'll be worth it in the end because this is a gorgeous pattern. I will, let me see. I have a small little picture of it right here. So it's so pretty and it's not very big. There's only about, you know, it's like 6,000 stitches total. It's a PDF. So, I mean, of course, when it's like up against this, it looks really small. But yeah, like, I'm gonna try for it and we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted too, because, you know, I post almost like every few days, every couple days on Instagram. It just been, January is a very, you know, it's too cold to garden. I am doing I'm joining like some canning challenge groups. So I did start doing Canuary, but I'm not canning like every single day. But Canuary is basically canning something every day. And so a lot of people are posting recipes of different things you can can, whether it's from sauces, simple things like broth, you know, and stuff like that. So you don't have to, you know, can like a whole meal or anything like that. And then if you have like extra like chili or spaghetti sauce, then you can like can the leftovers instead of freezing them. So there are things, it's just that I think I can only can like once or twice a week, but it's still fun because that's one of the things that I have been canning more things this month than any other month. And then I'm also doing a pantry challenge where you don't go to the grocery store for January and February, unless it's essential things. And you just eat and make foods from what you have in your house, just to kind of help get the rotation going with some of the things that you haven't really thought of opening up, such as a can of hummus, chickpeas. I got like 2 cans in there. And I know you can make hummus, you can make all kind of things, and those cans are still in there. So the challenge is to help get some inspiration to use up the things that are in your pantry or your freezer. So we're doing pretty good. We have some events happening later on this afternoon into the evening, the early evening, and I made frozen pizzas last month or earlier this month, and we're gonna have those pizzas. And we had also got some like chicken tenders, like it's for a game, like it's MMA tournament tonight. And so we're just gonna cook from what we have in our house and make all the things for whoever joins us on those in that. So it's nice. So January, I think it's gonna be a stitch heavy month, probably February too, because I don't think I have anything planned as far as gardening or anything else. Like, so, and then once things start picking up in those other areas in my life, I might start slowing down. So this is nice to take advantage of the time. Alrighty, so that is it. This is that's it for what I got for today. I do have some giveaways that I was supposed to be doing, and I will call those next visit, because I need to sort it all out. And to the answer, if any of you chose, which I did hear one person who answered my 2 truths and a lie last video. And I believe one of the questions were, I really love to read a lot. I really love to write. And I used to be an actress. Or I am an actress, who knows? And I will call that person next video, next visit. Until then, happy stitching, happy 24 hours of cross stitch. Tag me or post me in anything that you're working on, especially if you're working on some of the stuff that I just showed, which is not like, it's not a lot. All right, well, you have a great weekend and happy stitching.